This program features live coverage of an African safari and may include animal kills and carcasses. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yes, what a wonderful way to start our sunrise safari with a virtual zebra that's just busy feeding here on the open clearing, just of course south of our camp. And well, we haven't had zebras here for quite some time, and what I'm looking at now, I can actually count 9 virtual zebras that's busy just feeding along this area. Of course, here at the Djuma Private Game Reserve in Sabi Sands, South Africa. Good morning, everybody. My name is Cedric, and behind the camera with me on Rusty, we've got Odie. So thanks for joining us. It is quite a cloudy morning. It is quite cool this morning as well. So, well, not cool. It's not too bad, but the temperature is starting to drop a little bit, typical for the cloudy morning. So of course the cloud is like a blanket. It was keeping pretty much the heat in during the night time, which was quite pleasant last night, but I can just feel that the temperature is dropping a little bit. No rain predicted, luckily, so I'm very happy for that. But as you can see, it is a live and interactive show, so if you got any comments, questions, suggestions that you want to send through to us, please do so. If you're watching on the WildEarth website or the WildEarth app, make sure that you do register. Very simple. You can send those things through to us. As well, joining us on this morning's drive on Wendy, we've got Lauren and Johan. And of course up there in the northwest in Madikwe, Andrew and Paul. And all the way down in the Eastern Cape, Makala, Tess and Morgan. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? This is just so stunning for the morning. Nice to see some zebras around here on Djuma. And they seem very relaxed. Well, we've had so many zebra tracks up and down over the last few days. It seems like going off the property, going north and going south. But finally they have decided to hang around here on this open clearing. Elsa, a very good morning to you too. Thank you so much for joining us on our sunrise safari. And yes, well, let's see. I'm sure Odie and myself, we are rearing to get out here this morning and see what we can find. I know yesterday afternoon, on Djuma, it was quite a tough afternoon for Lauren and myself to see if we can find anything substantial, but it's all right. It's still nice just to be out here. I think this morning we will be very lucky. I'm sure we're going to get some great sightings. Oh, look at this. But yeah, well, we're going to sit here for a little bit longer. Let's go and take a look at the weather all around today.
Good morning, everyone. We have just had the most fantastic morning following a male rhino for ages down the road. Scent marking, doing all sorts of things, but of course he now has completely disappeared, which is really unfortunate. I spent all day yesterday trying to find Rhino. Anyway, hopefully we can relocate him again. But good morning, my name is Lauren and I do have Johan on camera this morning. The Rhino is just here. He was right on the edge of quarantine and we've just been following him all the way down the road. Scent markings, scoosh, 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 you know, the usual. But he's gone into the block. Very sad. I spent a long time yesterday trying to find them, but it was so windy. I think they were just in a block. And I'm not sort of going to go and bundabash into a block when I didn't really know where they were. But this morning he was right on quarantine, just waiting for me. Okay, I've got eyes on him, but I don't think it's going to be the best visual anymore.
Good morning, station. Cedric is
Yes, as Cedric said, I really hope our luck turns. It's been a tough few days. Anna Marie, you're ready for your bumble through the bush. Yes, it has already started. There's a gap, Johan. Maybe we can work with that. But he's definitely moving into the block now. Yes, we really hope our luck turns. We were chatting about it. It's been really tough on Juma. I mean, I think the past few days, Cedric and I have driven every single road, maybe even twice or thrice. So it's really time to up the game here and try and see what animals are on the property. I'm sad we missed that. Okay, let's keep bumbling, Johan. Our rhino has decided that he doesn't want to play ball, but at least they're on the property. Juma's very lucky for rhino sightings. It'd be great to catch up with Auntie, the female rhino, and her friend. I'd really, really love to see her. But otherwise, it's really dark. I wonder if my lights will just help me see tracks. Yes, I think they will. This is the darkest morning I've had since coming back. It's obviously overcast and it's the clouds, but it makes such a difference to the start of your morning. But the headlights, although we don't really need them, they actually light up the road. So at this with this ambient light, it might be a little bit easier. Is that him, Johan? Are you following us? I think you are. Claire, you are saying good morning to us all from Australia. Wow, that is incredible. Australia. Might. No, I'm not going to do accents, not at this time in the morning because I am so bad at it. But I do try. But good morning to you too from South Africa. And it's great to have you on board. I love hearing where you're all from. And sometimes it really shocks me. You know, I do say this a lot, but it is just me and my cameraman. And sometimes we forget that all you guys are jumping on board with us because we're just on a drive, getting ourselves frustrated and looping around and trying to find animals for you. Sometimes we forget that all of you people in every corner of the world is watching. So continue to tell us where you're all from, and if there are any people watching in Edinburgh, please let me know. That's my home city. Edinburgh. Some people say Edinburgh, but it is Edinburgh. Scottish. Gotta say the butter. Okay, Mr. Rhino's not playing ball, but if we go forward a little bit, we might get a gap. RC, you're from Indonesia. Wow, that is, here we go. Hello, boy. You've been not playing ball this morning, but I'm happy to see you. Indonesia, that is incredible. Wow. That's really mind-blowing. I spent a large part of my life, a very large chapter in Asia. And it was always a continent that I thought I would settle in. I worked for a Thai company, spent a lot of time in Thailand, and then I used to go diving a lot in Indonesia, in Lembeh Strait, where you have all that black sand. Macro diving. He's back to St. Martin. Dung beetle. Hello, dung beetle. Good evening from Canada. Yes, I have been chatting to a friend in Canada and I know the time difference is very severe. So good evening to you guys in Vancouver. I'd love to go to Canada. Wow, this bull is very much on his territorial missions. Okay, we're going to try and follow him as much as we can because it's so lovely to spend some time with Rhino. But for now, we're going to send you all the way down to one of my favourite reserves to say good morning to Andrew.
Very nice find, Lauren. And good morning, everybody, and welcome. And it is that time for the Sunrise Safari. Good morning, everybody. My name is Andrew, and that is Mpho. He's behind camera. And we're going to be exploring Madikwe Game Reserve in the northwest province of South Africa. Beautiful land, and we hope to find some cheetah this morning. But in the meantime, let's just watch this beautiful colors of almost the sunrise. The sun hasn't risen yet, and you are looking due east at the moment. So as soon as that sun does start to peak up, we'll see it from this angle. Beautiful, really nice. It's warm this morning. Yes, we are dressed up in scarves and things, so you still have that that winter morning sort of chill. But from what we are used to out here, it's actually a very nice warm morning. So perfect day to go up north and see if that female cheetah with her cubs is still around. We did manage to find her yesterday, which was very great. We were very happy and proud of ourselves because you've been looking for her and tracking her for some time now. Early this morning, we were setting up the vehicle, making sure we had no flat wheels, did an oil check and all of that. And while we were doing that, we heard a leopard calling. Cookster, hello to you as well. And you just sent that comment and greeting just in time. Lions are roaring. Very good direction there, Mr. Mpho. So Mr. Mpho is also directing the sound where the lions are coming from, and he's just pointing to me, and he's 100% right. So they are just a little bit northwest of us. I wouldn't say too far, maybe between 2 and 3 kilometers, somewhere around about there. So this morning, I think we're going to change our plan just a little bit. We're going to just poke our noses in there, see if we can't find some lions. And then, maybe on later in the morning, we'll just shoot up to the north and see what's going on there.
Chatting around the fire is an ancient practice that has connected humanity for centuries, and we want to keep it alive in our modern age. As an explorer, you'll have access to intimate gatherings with our naturalists, fascinating guests, and experts where we share knowledge, insights, and stories around a crackling fire. Rediscover the power of connection. Sign up to be an explorer today and experience the magic of WildEarth's Fireside Chats.
Following this bull, I put the car in first gear at low range, so both my feet, one, oh my goodness, I'm not this flexible in the morning, two, are completely free. So it's a very slow space, it's not too noisy to try and keep up with this bull. He knows we're here. Oh, this is so wonderful. Perfect morning, we just need sunshine. But on this note, our mission here at WildEarth, everyone, is to connect you to nature, to connect you to this bull, to the trees, to the skies, to the grass, to everything, the invisible, the barely sort of audible, to make it all real for you guys that maybe can't get into nature yourself. So if any of you would like to support our mission, please do head over to the website, click donate. Every little helps. I think that's the logo for Tesco. Anyway, and thank you to all who have donated so far. So please head over to the website to find out more and help us on our mission. If he stops, we stop. Absolutely. But if we're going at that really slow pace, he's totally allowing it, totally relaxed. This is honestly the best start. He's came out now. I'm so happy. Don't even think about going into the block, mister. And he really is scent marking. And scooshing, dropping his big dung piles. And he's on patrol. And when an animal's on a mission like this, he can hear us, he can smell us, he maybe can't see us because we're behind him, but he absolutely knows we're here. So again, first gear, low range, don't even put your foot on the accelerator and just follow at such a slow pace. The engine's also, or the sound of the car is also a lot sort of smoother at that speed. And it's not so jumpy, you know, if you're putting your foot on the brake and the accelerator. It's a very relaxed method to be able to follow an animal like this. Cedric is trying to reach me. Let's find out what he wants. Cedric? Cedric, I'm following this male rhino. I'm going to stick with him as long as I can, and then honestly I'm not too sure. What's your plans? Copy, you go for it. Good luck. Okay, now I can put my foot on the accelerator a bit because there's a big distance between us. He fits in with the landscape. It's so cold this morning. The color palette is so cold. Nikki, rhinos do form herds. I love it that you said herds. I love it. Yes, they do form herds. The collective noun, if you want to use it, is a crash. But generally speaking, the bulls are territorial. And this bull is definitely territorial. We don't even need to know that. We can just tell from his behavior. But generally, you will find the females and the youngsters can stick together. Scoosh, scoosh. Remarkable. The females will stick together to form sort of herds, especially with the youngsters. And of course the males can join those herds. So yes, you can find a lot of rhino together. One of the biggest herds I ever saw of rhino, white rhino, was 15. And I won't say the location because there were not horns, but wow, it's remarkable. Linda Poley. You will never believe what Cedric and I were singing this morning. Yes, we were. We were trying to cheer each other up because it's been a very quiet time in Juma. So we were singing your song, Linda. We were singing WildEarth Loves the Animals. And we were hoping that that brings us some good luck. So it was lovely to hear from you. And yes, rhino bums are the best. But zebras have got good bums and so have elephants. But they're great. It's just big, bulbous animal just dominating so much space in front of you. And he's so busy. I mean, it's cold, the sun's not out, and it is not even 7 o'clock. It is 10 to 7 in the morning here. And he's just busy going about his day. No, don't go off-road, mister. I'm going to spend some more time with you. We used to do bushwalk here, which is one of my favourites. I would spend the whole 3-hour drive, it was 3 hours back then, on quarantine, especially in summer. There's so much to see everywhere. But a lot of those bushwalk, we did bump into rhino. Obviously, we didn't film them back then, but a lot of the times we walked into rhino as well. We were with the best though. We were always with Herbie or Rickson or Morris. These incredible people that walked with us. I think I can get a little bit closer, Johan. Oops, sorry. Wow, AFC, I think these long ones need to be ridden down, I'm afraid. He's feeding now. Normally you can hear the rhino, they're such noisy feeders. I think he's maybe a little bit too far away. Oldie but goodie. I love that. Oldie but goodie. Okay, that is my new favourite name. You're saying 39 years ago from the UK, but today you are in Florida. Oldie but goodie, I think that's a very good decision. The weather and the climate will be far better in Florida than it will be in the UK, that's for sure. And just to give a shout out to some people, Trevor, good morning from Germany. Guten Morgen. Denise M, you are from California. Oh, I'd love to go to California one day. Top Cat, I didn't realise this, but you're from Surrey. So yes, it is only 6 o'clock in the morning UK time. I know that very well. Shelley B, you're from Pennsylvania. Leslie09, you are an Edinburgh girl who is now in Barcelona. Wow. Hi, Leslie. I'm going to give you a high five. Did you high five me back? Another Edinburgh girl, and I think, yes, Barcelona, probably a better choice weather-wise, but Edinburgh is a very, very beautiful city. So it's absolutely fantastic knowing where all of you guys are from.
Attention all nature enthusiasts and budding safari rangers. Get ready for an epic showdown in the wild. From July 30th to August 1st, witness our skilled rangers competing head-to-head, racing to identify the most animal species. Only one will be crowned king or queen of the ranger race. Don't miss your chance to be part of this thrilling adventure. Jump on board and join the race.
Heart is pumping right now.
But I think as well on this road, it's just, as I say, it's usually there's actually 4 leopards if you think about it, that utilizes this road as a boundary, one of their boundaries. There's Tortoise-Pan, Shadulu, the main 2 that come up and down here. And now and again you'll get to Tlalamba or Mulwati. Oh, okay, it looks like I might bump into another vehicle here. Leopard lover, yes, it is perfect leopard weather. I mean, always, this kind of weather is fantastic, you know, it's nice and cool. Maybe my ribs, so I might actually head further that way. I can see Loreno's is on this road as well. I'm going to just bypass Lauren here and say hello and say bye-bye. So I'll go down that way then. I will head down Rebecca's. Hello. I'm going to carry on down Rebecca's. I'm going to go further east, okay, to see what we can find on that side, okay. Alright, enjoy. So of course we're all just trying to figure out our route plans here. I did not know that she was going to be down Zoe's, but it's fine. We'll all keep our eyes peeled somewhere to see if we can find something. All help each other, indeed. Do 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 do. All right. Well, let's try this road. I know that Tlalamba has been back and forth into this drainage line just north of us, just south of us. She's been back and forth in this area over the last 2 weeks. I have been doing this road quite a bit as well, just to see if she hasn't been maybe looking around in these drainage lines for a possible like a den site for herself. You know, I'm just saying, it's just throwing it out there. Anna Marie, yes, I was hoping for Shadulu this morning, but okay, as I said, like Lauren has been doing the Zoe's. I did half of Zoe's, that road that usually Shadulu utilizes, but yeah, we'll take a look. We'll scratch around. You know, I just want to try and see if I can get some tracks. That's my main thing. If I can get some tracks, and I know I can follow up on that animal. But for now, I don't see too much here. I might actually just head a little bit further east. But I have to keep our eyes open because I don't want to miss something here. But it is nice weather for a leopard. I mean, I think this kind of weather, it's not too cold, it's overcast. You know, you would think these leopards will still be now moving around, which I'm sure they are. It's just to now get to the right area. Other than that, you know, let's see what else we can find. And the strange thing now this morning is like I haven't even seen a hyena track. Usually you'll find like hyena tracks on every single road. I haven't even seen a hyena track here this morning. I'm sure maybe those hyenas are all somewhere where there's a big party happening. Alright, well, we're going to continue. Let's head over to Tess in Amakala. She wants to say good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a very white-looking, frosty Amakhala Game Reserve down in the Eastern Cape. I've got my spotlight at the ready. I'm ready to show you some magic with the ice because it is amazing. My name is Tess, behind the camera is Morgan. Many layers on today because we're in the negative temperatures this morning. It is freezing. Everything around me is white. All the bushes are frozen. The grass is frozen. Everything just looks amazing. It is so, so, so pretty. All of those little white bits, those are purple and white flowers that are covered in frost. Covered in frost. But what I really want to show you is a close-up of how beautiful this place is in winter. Morgan is going to show you a beautiful... Yes, that one. He's going to show you a beautiful shrub and watch how all of the ice is glistening with my spotlight. Isn't that incredible? So, so, so pretty. It's like everything is just reflecting the light back at us. Oh, mind the spotlight. Look how the whole environment around this one frosty little bush, everything is reflecting back. That beautiful, beautiful frost. It looks like fairy lights. Don't you think? Everything is reflecting back at us. Literally every single plant at the moment is covered in icicles. Morgan's going to show you a beautiful close-up of those icicles on the ends of the leaves. Look how every little one is frozen. So 50, that's exactly what it is. It is a crystal-looking wonderland. This place is exceptional. It is absolutely gorgeous out here. I hope that if you're coming to Amakhala to visit, be brave, come in winter. It is so nice. Look at all of those little crystals. So quite honestly, it is an absolutely freezing morning this morning. We are not sure what we're going to find. We've heard the jackals up and about already. So it has actually been absolutely fantastic thus far. Would you like the light on it still? There we go. It's honestly been quite mind-blowing to see how everything is just coated in frost. And to be honest with you, it's going to get 2 degrees colder before it gets warmer still, up until about 7:30 when the sun has actually risen. Kabuki, good morning. I'm so excited for what the day has in store as well. Any frosty start to a morning is a good start to a morning, let me tell you. It's going to be a good day. We're actually going to head over to the basin, to that beautiful big open area at the foot of the mountains, right in the middle of Amakhala. We are going to head over there and hope that there's a beautiful misty scene waiting for us. It would be absolutely gorgeous to see what everything looks like if the whole basin is frozen up. Imagine. We're looking at one little set of bushes and we can make that an entire basin, an entire open area. Wow. All of these little fairy lights reflecting back. As it's getting lighter, it's reflecting a little bit less from the spotlight, but it's literally like a little fairy wonderland. A winter wonderland. I'm excited. Now, it's one of those days where even the roads look cold. If that is possible, try and picture it. The roads look cold because everything is frozen. The sand is hard on the top, where it's normally like beach sand. Everything is going to be a little bit interesting this morning. But what is cool about this weather and about the ice in particular is whatever you do, whatever any animal does, it's going to leave a trail because the ice is going to melt around the animals. So as animals are walking through this beautiful vegetation, the ice is going to be melting off around them and it's going to leave a nice clear path. So hopefully it should help us find some very pretty animals. Darcy Miller, he is not wearing shorts. He is in fact wearing long pants. He's got a blanket and he's got 2 layers on the top. 3. 2. but you got 2 jackets over a shirt. Yeah, so 3. And he's wearing a beanie underneath a hoodie. So it is cold. But it's a good gauge. I like that you use Morgan's outfit choices as a gauge. Mine are useless as a gauge because I wear 5 layers on a averagely cold day. So today I'm wearing all of them, and I think it's quite wonderful. Can we have a look at that bush again, Morgan? That really big one? Because those flowers are starting to really pop. I'd actually love to know what little shrub this is. I'm looking at that thinking this looks like little balls of snow on the top of it, but that's all flowers. They're just frozen. Wow. That is so unusual. It literally looks like snow on top of the bushes. Yeah, I also thought it was snow, but it's actually flowers. That is so pretty. I'm going to ask the guides what that is. That is absolutely stunning. So we were hoping to show you snow. Maybe this is our version of snow for you for the meantime. I don't know if we're gonna get any actual snow, but with these temperatures we might. It's gonna be cool. I'm excited. Now we're gonna see if we can try and find some elephants for you today as well, since we are headed towards the basin. But I think anything that comes along today is honestly gonna be a bonus. We are living in a wonderland. So we're just gonna soak in the wonderland. The animals will be a bonus. Anna Marie, I will definitely try and work magic and see if we can find all of the coolest sightings. I mean, so far, this is actually my favorite sighting of the day so far, even though it's the first one, because of all of the ice. Wow. I found you a leaf, Morgan. I'm hoping I'm not going to completely destroy everything that is there, but let me put it there for you. Will that work? I found a very, very, very frozen leaf for you. Fully frosted on the edges. Oh, look at that. That is so cool. That is a solid layer of ice all around the edge of this little leaf and down to the middle. That's so pretty.
Hi, my name is Claire. WildEarth has been part of this home for many years as it connects us to the bush and the culture that we love and miss so much. I became an explorer so that other people around the world can get to experience the African bush in this unique way as well. I am beyond excited that I was drawn to win the prize at Ambakala Game Reserve for 3 nights. It is truly a dream come true.
Sign up today and you could be the one experiencing it for yourself.
experiencing the beauty and wonder of the African bush, but don't have months available for an extensive learning program? Look no further than Eco Training's 7 or 14-day EcoQuest course. Designed for those who yearn for a taste of the wild, this immersive program will give you an in-depth understanding of the African bush in as little as 7 days. You'll be guided by expert trainers who will lead you through the various ecosystems of Africa and teach you essential bush skills. Over the course of the program, you'll learn about animal behavior, tracking, and identification, as well as the intricacies of conservation and African cultures. With the guidance of your trainers, you'll have the opportunity to witness wild animals up close and personal in their natural habitats. You'll also have the opportunity to make new friends and create lasting connections with people from all over the world who share your passion for the wild. This course is the perfect way to gain a deep understanding of the African bush, even if you have limited time. Join Eco Training's 7 or 14-day EcoQuest course. Further your journey as a true bush enthusiast today.
Okay, so many of you will know that myself and Paul, we've got a couple of days left here. Let me just answer this. Steady by, go ahead, WildEarth.
Good morning, Andrew. Is there a possible standby?
Oh, sorry, I'm just live at the moment. Can you just speak to standby 2? He's in charge of standby. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, for the time being, it is all standby.
Okay, so just communicating amongst themselves. Okay, so many of you know that myself and Paul, we've got a few days left here. So we're leaving on the we're driving out on the 28th. So it's going to be on Friday or something like that. And there's going to be another naturalist coming in here. So who do you all think it is? And I know you're all going to be excited to see this person. I'm not going to say male or female because then it's going to give it away. But yeah, I would like to hear some guesses and to hear who you all would like to come in here next. So we'll see. We'll see. They're calling me now. Steady by.
Yeah, you are called into the site.
Magic, we are called in. All right, so we're going to slowly make our way there. Copy, copy. We'll be there in 2. Oh. All right, this is going to be so cool. Jessica, you want Nadine to come in here next? You know what, I think Nadine would actually do a fantastic job. Nadine has, she's been with WildEarth for some time now and she's learned a lot about the wildlife. So I think she would do quite well. Somebody else who I think would do fantastic out here of the directors would be Jordan, believe it or not. Jordan is very knowledgeable about the bush. She's actually spent a few years working in one of the lodges out in the Sabi Sand Game Reserve. And so she knows a few things about the bush. Yeah, we'll wait for a few more. Who you would like to come in here next? Who you think is going to come in here next? Yeah, boy. I know it's going to be a great surprise. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick up the pace a little bit here, just so we can get closer into the area. Ian, you say it's James. Okay, all right, you say it's James. I'm not going to say yes or no just yet. I would like it to be a surprise though, because it'll be a lovely surprise for all of you. But I want to hear who you would like to come in, who you think is going to come in. I would like to hear, but I'm not going to give it away though. Shame, they're also on safari. They're waiting for their chance to also view this cheetah. Cooksters, you said Trishala. Okay, good one. Good one. I think the expression on the face says it all there. All right, so we are coming up to the area. Dun, 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 dun. I can't wait. I can't wait. Literally. Okay, so she was seen more or less the same place where we found her yesterday, which is nice. She laid down in the thicket. Okay, I just hear Gwen speaking in my ear. Gwen says she thinks she'd be an awesome cam-op.
I agree.
Yeah, Paul says he agrees as well. Yeah, I think you'll do very, very well. Who else? I think, you know who I think would be a great walking guide? Is Ernest. He's actually one of our guys on tech. He does the tech stuff. But your Ernest is he's a very admirable man because, yeah, he does hikes in his own spare time, spiritual hikes and so on. And he also, I think he's black belts in judo or karate or something like that. Okay, leopard lover, I got you, I hear you. Oh my goodness, there they are. Alright, so I'm just going to turn this radio down a bit. We need to keep our wits about ourselves here. Paul, you tell me when to stop, right? Should we stop here? Okay. Alright, we are here. Look at this. This is incredible. This is going to be a nice view because she's actually walking towards us on the road. I think she's just keeping an eye on her cubs at the moment because her cubs are spread out here. There's 3 cubs in total here. They're about 3.5 months, 4 months. Yeah, this is, and some of you will know I've done 2 stints here at Madikwe. This is definitely the best view I've had of this female cheetah with her cubs. If we give it enough time, I think she'll probably start walking towards us. Listen, she's calling her cubs. Okay, so there is a vehicle reversing and I'm filling up all the space in the road. So when he reverses and goes off, I'm just going to start the vehicle forward. We've got to be very respectful to this cheetah. There's no point in having 2 vehicles start and drive at the same time. Rather 1 vehicle, and when that vehicle's gone, you can't hear the vehicle anymore, then the next vehicle can start. That way we respect them. I'm not actually sure of her age, this adult female cheetah here. I don't know her age, but she's a very successful mom. Judy, it is. Ha! This is a 10 out of 10. No, this is truly, I'm actually lost for words. I'm just going to be quiet. Wow, this is great. Her cubs are coming towards her now. Yeah, just to think that in a game reserve like Madikwe, with the amount of predation and competition out here, that this very female has managed to raise at least 3 of her cubs up to this point. It's really incredible. And if any of you, have worked in game reserves and you've worked with cheetah, you'll know that there's a high mortality with cubs. Dogmane lover, good morning to you. Beautiful. Yeah, sometimes I use the word beautiful too much in my segments, but this morning is one of those mornings where it truly is one of those. Okay, she's coming. I'm just gonna be quiet for a moment. She's about 12 meters from the vehicle now. You see how she's looking around? She's listening, looking for any impalas that might still be around here. I doubt there's going to be many left. She's been here for some time, and she's been hunting those impalas, and they're very skittish at the moment. We drove some earlier on. Yo, the impalas, they ran for their lives as soon as they heard the vehicle. Here she comes. How cool is this? This is brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Okay, I'm just going to put this mirror down here. She is coming towards us here. Wow. Never in my life did I ever think I was going to see cheetah like this in Madikwe. Okay, so she's coming past us here. Lyndon from the UK, good to hear from you again, my friend. They have grown well. Yeah, there they are ahead now. Yeah, you can see them quite nicely. They look like they're going to walk either on the road or on the game trail. I think one or two of them might even decide to use the game trail that's on the side here. Either way, it's going to be a good view. But this cub that's sort of coming into the road now, it's going to be interesting to see if this cub is going to walk past our vehicle. Being so young, they are very cautious. There we go, in stalking mode. This is how they learn. They're going to learn from each other by stalking each other like this. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Look. So they're going to walk around the vehicle, trying to keep their eyes on Mom. If Mom did it, they surely will feel comfortable doing it, but they're very cautious. They're still very fluffy at this age. And the saddleback, that white saddleback, is completely gone. Okay, so these cheetah are just going to walk past us now. But I think let's join Lauren while we re-angle. She's got some hyenas at the moment. Okay, so these cubs are they're walking all over the place right now. This is incredible, incredible, incredible. Okay, so they've just gone behind the vehicle. I'm just going to try and start the vehicle, but nice and gently. And you see what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a little noise so that the cheetahs know that something's going to happen. That way they don't run away, you see. You just make a prior noise, then they know that something's going to happen, then their ears open like this, and then the vehicle starts, and they don't just suddenly, you know, take off running because they get a fright. Is this good, Mpo? They're good. I just see happy faces. We've got another safari truck that's with us at the moment, and the smiles on the guests' faces right now. Even the guide, he just gave me a double thumbs up. Alright, they're gonna look like they're gonna go into the bush there. Linda, these cubs are about between 3.5 and 4 months old, in that range over there. They're still very, very young. And as you can see, wow, they're doing very well, and they're actually quite big for their age, to be honest with you. But when we understand this female cheetah and how much she hunts and provides for these cubs, they will grow quickly. Every time that we've heard and got reports that the female cheetah has been seen, every time she's been walking around. It's very seldom do we hear she's lying down, she's sleeping. Wow, this is really incredible. Look at her, hey, looking to the forward. So she's definitely hungry at the moment. I took a look at her stomach, and her stomach is a little bit empty, so she'll need to hunt fairly soon.
Attention all nature enthusiasts and budding safari rangers. Get ready for an epic showdown in the wild. From July 30th to August 1st, witness our skilled rangers competing head-to-head, racing to identify the most animal species. Only one will be crowned king or queen of the ranger race. Don't miss your chance to be part of this thrilling adventure. Jump on board and join the race.
Heart is pumping right now.
So lovely to see Corks properly. I did see her that day that we had the most incredible sighting, and of course couldn't go live. That's how it normally goes. But it's nice to see her, and she's obviously here with Koa. And to some of you it might look quite bizarre because Koa looks big. She is big, but remember, hyenas have a long suckling period. It's a long time before they're weaned, so it can look a little bit bizarre when the older cub is suckling. I think that was a live. For those of you that just missed the update, I shall share it again. We have been sitting at the den having a wonderful morning. We've got Corky and Koa here, and we did have Swaz. Swaz was here, and so was, I think, Orion, but I'm going to double check that one. And it's just so nice to see our old girl. Look at her. Corks, man, she must have some stories to tell. She's 14. Hyenas do have quite a long lifespan in comparison to other animals or other predators, but 14 is old. Try to think where I was 14 years ago. I don't even want to think about it, but anyway, naturally they're having a very cute mother-daughter moment. Rolling Trouble, it is so cute, and it's really what I've been waiting for, to start seeing other individuals at the den. And it really didn't surprise me that Swaz was here with Corks. She's wandered off now, I'm afraid, but that does not surprise me. There's a very tight little unit going on there with Corks, Swaz, and Indabele. And I often wonder if they are her reinforcements, if they are her enforcers. If she's able to stay at the top at an older age because she's got those two. And she will always have those two. I think that will be a lifelong bond. And I did also mention earlier that, you know, hello, beautiful. Ah, you've still got it, girl. You know, when I first joined, Corks she was a matriarch and she was fierce. And again, there's been some discussions about what's going to happen to the clan, and it's all very speculative, but I really do enjoy talking about it. And I do think we need to keep our minds open. So I don't know if Ribbon will challenge again. Ribbon went through the mill. She was at the top. She was great. She was successful. But she got kicked off that spot. And I don't know if what happened in the Mara with Waffles, I know I talk about that a lot, but it's remarkable. It was remarkable for science and for knowledge. I don't know if a situation like that might happen here. Maybe Cork's getting old, a lot of pressure on the clan. Sabi Sand is a high pressurized area, lots of spotted hyenas. You got to stay at the top of your game. And I don't know whether there'll be simply a handover here, rather than a takeover or overthrow. I think we need to keep that in mind. Maybe June will challenge. Maybe she won't. Heart's one I am suspicious about, but I haven't spent a lot of time with Heart, to be honest. I've not seen her yet, and I just wonder if it may benefit Corks to hand over to Swaz and Indabele. They're not related in terms of bloodline, but they are very tight little unit. Their friendship is solid. It always has been. It runs deep. It runs back to the days of Corky and Pretty. So if they're a tight little unit, and right now Swaz and Indabele are her enforcers, they're keeping her up the top, they're her support system, they're everything. Friendships are really important in spotted hyenas. I wonder if it may come that day where instead of letting someone challenge her, instead of it coming to that point where it's going to get aggressive and it's going to be a war, maybe Corks will just hand it over. And who's she going to hand it over to? Swaz or Indabele. They'll look after her, just like Soup looked after Waffles. Soup was Waffles' granddaughter, but still. These are Mara hyenas I'm talking about. They'll look after her. She'll be protected as long as she is best friends and right in there with the matriarch. You're fine. You may not be sitting on the throne, but you're very close to it. Okay, there's lots to think about with the Juma clans. I'm going to sit here a little bit longer and you guys are going to head over to Tess.
So much happening with the Juma clan, that's for sure. I miss them. Well, on this side of the country, we have found ourselves the best coffee spot in history. I don't think it gets any better than this, really. We're waiting for the mist. It is slowly building up and coming through the basin. And we get to sit here and watch the world go by as the winter morning defrosts itself. Wow. Lots of S's in that sentence. Now we're looking out over the kind of western side of the basin. Beautiful mountains going down towards the clearings at the bottom. But the mist looks like the reflection of the top of the water. You can actually see it kind of seeping as it's going. You can see it moving. Currently moving away from us on that side, but coming closer on the far right into the sun, so we can't really show you into the sun. But how beautiful is the scene? We are in possibly the best spot in the world. Oh, wow. Look at that. So you can see that frosty down on the bottom below the mist. The grass is looking quite silver. All a bit frosty, well, probably more dewy down there. It's a lot warmer in this section of Amakhala than the northerns where we live. But it's actually a good thing because it means the mist can rise like this. I don't think there would be mist where there is frost. And I don't think there's much frost here, it's more mist. So pretty. Literally watching the world go by from a buzzard's view. We're literally sitting at the viewpoint called View. Probably one of the most special things about this entire property is no matter where you are, if you sit still for long enough, you are going to see absolutely everything. It'll all come and find you. Ah, Dark Main Lover, good morning. I wonder when you're coming to visit Amakhala. But this place is honestly just mind-blowingly beautiful. The beautiful misty morning views of the Amakhala Basin. You can't deny that this is probably the best coffee spot in the world. Actually, if you have a cool spot where you like to have coffee, show me what it looks like. I'd love to see it. You get to see mine, I'd like to see yours. We've been sitting around as well. The spot is so good because there's little flowers all along the ridge. As soon as we see it, I promise you we're going to try our best to show you because this is one of the best spots on Amakhala for them.
Hi, my name is Claire. WildEarth has been part of this home for many years as it connects us to the bush and the culture that we love and miss so much. I became an explorer so that other people around the world can get to experience the African bush in this unique way as well. I am beyond excited that I was drawn to win the prize at Amakhala Game Reserve for 3 nights. It is truly a dream come true.
Sign up today and you could be the one experiencing it for yourself.
So we're looking at a bitter aloe. Aloe ferox is the scientific name. Look at those flowers. Still looking out over the basin. We've just had a malachite sunbird and what looked like a double-collared sunbird chasing each other, two males. The malachite sunbird landed and flew off when the double-banded sunbird came in. So we're actually just going to wait here and see. They seem to like this aloe for very obvious reasons. It is beautiful, but so full of nice sweet nectar in those flowers. We're going to hope that it comes back. I saw my first ever malachite sunbird this morning on this aloe. Lifer, ticking them off the list. If you haven't ever seen a malachite sunbird, absolutely beautiful, metallic green, all the way down its back with very long, almost streamers on its tail, very long tail feathers. Wow, gorgeous. But you can see why we never get tired of the views, why we constantly get distracted, because there's so much going on. But it's the best kind of distraction you could ever wish for, because you are never bored. It's amazing.
I am just having the best morning. I'm back with corks after a long time. It's turned into a nice morning, although it's dull and overcast. But I have something to show you all. I'm just prepping it now, and you are not going to believe it. This is from Michael Fleetwood. And this is... Okay, here we go. I'm hoping that that is going to work. Some of you may have already seen it on Twitter, but this is a hyena. Can you believe it? This is Corky. This is Cork, sorry. September 2009, and it was taken by Graham Cook. I'll just acknowledge that. But can you honestly believe this is Corky? Michael, thank you so much for sharing that. Final Control sent it to me, and I cannot believe my eyes. Wowza. Corks, still cute, but definitely not tiny anymore. No. She's definitely not small, but that is our Corky. Can you believe it? Corks, we're looking at baby photos of you. She doesn't seem to care much right now, but that's okay. Kabuki.
Cedric.
She has been round the block.
Hello.
Where I'm from, that means something different, which is why I'm laughing. It means, yes, it just means something very different. But I know where you're going with that, Kabuki. And I actually have where you are from. Kabuki, Kentucky. Yeah, wow. I'm loving finding out where some of you guys are from. It's amazing. But yes, she's been around the block. Both definitions actually apply to Corky, but she's remarkable. She is remarkable, and I'd love to properly... She was overthrown by Ribbon. She was injured. Ribbon obviously saying she's not in her best condition, not doing a good job. Ribbon saw an opportunity and seized it with both paws. That's what I find remarkable. Corky let it happen. Corky accepted, I'm not good right now, I'm going to step down. But what was it that made Corky decide, no, I want that position back. Ribbon, time is up, girl. I respected you, and she did. I'll let you be the matriarch. And Ribbon was great. But at what point did Cork say, no, okay, I need to get back to the top now? What prompted her to do that? Because I remember I knew it was happening. My gut was telling me something was happening, and I left that day. I was devastated. And the next again day, Chris ended up having this crazy sighting, probably no idea what is going on, where they were taken back. And I say they, because Swaz and Intebele was at Corky's side. She's got our army, and that's actually all that matters. And if you really are interested in reading further about this, there is a paper. I'm just going to search the name of the paper. It's by Kay Holcamp, one of the leading hyena researchers. Yes, social alliances improve rank and fitness in convention-based societies in spotted hyenas. And if you just Google that, it's free online. And you'll be able to read it. And it's remarkable. And it really does talk about social inequality in spotted hyenas. The Juma clan is just remarkable. I think any clan is once you really dig into the dynamics, but a lot of people don't bother to actually dig in. But luckily with WildEarth, we can sit here. We can sit here for hours and really watch and understand what's happening within a clan. And just being with Corks and Koa right now, I don't really know Koa very well. I've been gone for so long. But I just think we need to keep an open mind as to what might happen next. And again, it might have happened. It might not happen. It might not happen anytime soon. But it's worth talking about. Remarkable. I'd love to know. I want to skip to the future to have all the answers, but of course that's not what it's about. It's not about having all the answers. It's about that journey to get the answers. Remarkable species. But I am suspicious about Swazi, and I just don't know what is telling me that. Pretty was always high ranked. Pretty was high ranked above June, above Ribbon, above Heart. Although Heart's in very good favour, and I often thought about Heart possibly being the next matriarch. At the end of the day, Swaz has got her twin sister. Swaz has Corks. Her mom came from a matriarchal lineage. Pretty was very high ranked. Pretty was the daughter of Madam. Wayne B, you're asking, could the Juma clan females split up permanently? Wayne, highly unlikely. Remember, although there is all this sort of drama, literally drama, and politics and disputes, changeovers, handovers, takeovers in the clan, remember they are still a clan. They are still a social unit who very much needs one another. They maintain their territory against other hyenas, other clans. And it's really important that they do that. So although they will have their internal disputes, very much so, they need each other. The males disperse, most of them, as you know, and immigrant males come in. But with regards to the females, Wayne, which you're asking about, it's highly unlikely. I mean, Ribbon's been at the very bottom where she was the most miserable hyena you've ever seen, and then all of a sudden appeared out of nowhere, boom, was the matriarch. Remarkable. Now she's most likely kicked to the bottom again, but she's still not leaving. No other clan would accept her. She still needs these girls. And although Corky and Ribbon may not be the best of friends, and I don't think they are, they still need each other. They will still interact. They will still socialize. Ribbon will still respect Corky as a matriarch. Maybe she knew it was always coming. Maybe Ribbon knew it wasn't going to last forever. But I think it's important that we respect Ribbon for doing what she did. She was the lowest ranker in the clan at that time, and she managed to challenge the status quo and get that matriarchal position. And she did it without a huge army. She had Ndima, but I think she utilized the males. Which is unusual. Again, if you read that paper, it talks about female armies, female coalitions, not anything to do with the males. So what Ribbon did was remarkable, and maybe Ribbon knew one day it was always going to change. She could maybe feel the energy of Corky, Swazi, and the belly changing. So she maybe knew, man, it's my time up. I've enjoyed it. I did good, but it's time up. I'm going to continue to sit with our old girl here and Koa.
How much do you know about what it takes to become a safari guide? How much do you know about being a game ranger? In celebration of World Ranger Day, we are hosting a fireside chat. Come along for some interesting discussions with our naturalists and special guests. From game drives to bushwalks and everything in between, we're unpacking how to become a safari guide. WildEarth, it's in your nature.
And it's always nice at a place like Kolobeng Dam, which is in the northern part here of Madikwe. This is the main water source, I would say. There's other places as well, but yeah, definitely this Kolobeng Dam is very popular with the animals. When we were still doing Escape to Nature, myself and Rian, we parked somewhere nearby here. It's somewhere in the shade, and we parked the vehicle and we just allowed the animals to come to us here as well. On the one particular day we came up here, quite a few elephants came to drink, and then we left the dam and we continued just a little bit more further south, and then we came across that same female cheetah that you saw this morning, but at that stage she never had cubs. She was heavily pregnant. And the crown lapwings going berserk here. Lovely place, this. Yeah, I would say at the rate at which the levels are dropping in this dam, I would imagine probably in about 2 more weeks this water will be completely done here, unless it rains. Then that'll fill up a bit more. But a few months ago in the rainy season, Madikwe had quite a bit of rain. I don't know how many mils exactly, but the Moletedi River was full on flowing. Stephen, that's a cool question. Let's start with Paul. Paul, what would you like to see before we head on home? I know what you're going to say. He's going to say a burger and fries or something like that, I know.
I would like to see a pangolin.
A pangolin. He would like to see a pangolin. Myself personally, what would I like to see? I would like to see civet. Yeah, I saw one at Pridelands, and then when I used to work in the Lowveld, in my earlier days of guiding, you see them all the time. But then I went a long absence without seeing them because I was just not in the area for them. Then I went to Pridelands and I saw one. I almost fell out the vehicle. Then, yeah, here before I leave you, I would like to see one. But I just want to tell you a story quickly. That when I first came here to Madikwe, I'm still trying to figure out what year it is. I think it was the year 2010 or 2009, 2010, somewhere around there. So I came out here to freelance guide for one of the lodges out here, and I was here for 6 weeks in total as well, just like this stint. And within that 6 weeks, I needed to learn the roads and then get up to par on the roads, and then they gave me some sets of guests, and I went out after shadowing the rangers and the guides and so on. But anyway, it was, I'm not sure how many guests at that stage, probably my 4th or 5th set of guests that I'd ever taken. And there was a lion sighting. I barely found my way to that lion sighting. Eventually got there. I was proud of myself for watching lions, and I got to this block of land that was so far from anything I knew because I was so new in Madikwe. And then we're watching the lions, and out of nowhere was an African civet walking to these lions in a straight line. It didn't know the lions were there. It was just in the path. It was going to bump into these lions. And so we watched, and the closer it got, our necks got shorter and shorter and shorter. And then eventually the civet saw the lions and got one heck of a fright and let out this crazy call. I don't know if any of you have ever heard civet distress calling, an African civet distress calling. It's a very strange sound. It's almost like something like that. That's the best way I can describe it. It was a very powerful sound. And yeah, it ran away, and the lions, they were sub-adult lions at that stage, they were looking at the civet, and they were also confused, like, should we go after it? I mean, this animal sounds a bit vicious to us, let's rather leave it. And then the civet managed to duck off and get away. So it's interesting to see interactions between different animals, different species of animals. It's really, those can be very, very interesting to watch. Beautiful. I would also like to see wild dogs again, and to show all of you wild dogs. We haven't been able to do it. We've seen wild dogs once. They are denning at the moment, or beginning to den, and so you find that the activity of wild dogs really starts to slow down, and that's why we haven't been seeing them so much. But the rest of the year in a game reserve like Madikwe, the wild dogs are very active out here. The last time I was here, we saw them almost every day, every second day. All right, we're going to stick around here just a little bit more and do some birding. But let's go back to the Eastern Cape where it is freezing to Tess and Morgan.
Well, thank you very much, Andrew, and good morning, everybody. If you are just joining us, what a spectacular morning to be out on a sunrise safari live in the African bush. We're in South Africa, down in the Eastern Cape province at the moment at Amakhala Game Reserve. My name is Tess, behind the camera is Morgan. Thank you so much for joining us. What a frosty morning it has been. Let me tell you, it is cold in the Eastern Cape, but it is the best kind of day to be out on safari. We're sitting looking over our favorite viewpoint at the moment. We've got some coffee. We're looking for some sunbirds with the bright orange aloe flowers in the foreground. And we're hoping it's going to be a spectacular morning. Welcome to our sunrise safari. What a day. Now, we've had a really, really good one so far. We've had some very nice frosty views, some ice on all of the plants, and now, of course, the mist over the basin that has reduced to show us the beautiful scenery of Amakhala Game Reserve. But Andrew and Madikwe also had some cheetahs. He had the cheetah mom and cubs. And we've been chatting about hyenas and all things sunbirds. It's been a really, really good morning. If you're watching us on the app, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. If you're watching on the website, you can register to ask us questions or let us know if there's anything you'd like us to chat about or even try and find for you. And let us know if anything is on your bucket list, even if you're maybe coming to visit at Amakhala Game Reserve or Madikwe Game Reserve, or maybe even the Sabi Sand Nature Reserve, Djuma. Perhaps Pridelands is on your bucket list. What a morning it has been. Yes, Morgan, the sunbird is back. It's the Malachite sunbird. We've been trying to get this on camera for you all morning. Oh. Oh, this is spectacular. Ooh. It's being chased. Bye-bye Malachite sunbird. What is this little bird, Morgan? Almost looks like a seed eater, maybe. Oh, aloes are so nutritious. Oh, that looks more like a weaver. Perhaps it is that. A weaver family. Every little orange flower is just covered in nectar on the inside, and that's exactly what these birds are. Definitely a weaver. Look how they just hang upside down so casually, eating nectar out of the flowers. Dorothy, good morning. Thank you so much for your question. So the different types of sunbirds that we would get here at Amakhala Game Reserve. Let's see, I think we would definitely get the Malachite sunbird, which was that beautiful green one that we saw earlier. So that's one. We would get the amethyst sunbird, as well as the southern double-collared sunbird, the greater double-collared sunbird. I think there have been one or two very odd white-bellied sunbird sightings, but that's not nearly as common. Sorry, I'm just going to switch this radio off, actually. It's quite loud. Let's turn that off in the background. What else, Morgan? I'm trying to think. I wonder if there's ever been... there are sugar birds occasionally as well. I don't think there's ever been a scarlet-chested sunbird seen here. But definitely olive sunbird might be on that list as well. So I'm going to go with malachite, collared sunbird, double-collared sunbird, southern double-collared sunbird, amethyst sunbird, potentially olive sunbird as well. So about 6 different species of sunbirds here. Absolutely gorgeous. But we're getting very lucky on the birding, so we're sticking around to do some more of that, and we'll send you over to Lauren to see what she's up to in Djuma.
Oh, they've just spotted a leopard near camp, so I am hoping that Cedric, who's just having some technical issues, can get out and about soon and go find that leopard, because it's going to break our drought. Go Cedric, I'm sitting with my spots, he can go and get his. And although it's a bit of a slow morning with Corky and Koa, I just haven't seen them in so long. And it's nice to be able to sit and talk about them. Maybe Swaz will come back. Maybe even June will arrive. We're actually positioned in a way where we can't see what's happening behind us. It's not ideal. But it just shows me this really is the communal day. And I was wondering for a while, why are we only seeing June? I mean, we're not here all the time, and we're definitely not here at night time, but it is nice to know that the others are spending time here. Heart and Ribbon are the only females that I really need to catch up with. Seen Swaz, seen Indabele, seen Lintima, June, Quarks. But I really need to catch up with Heart and Ribbon. Especially Ribbon. Eagle lover, you're asking, do I know how the hyena youngster something. Eagle lover, I'm going to answer that in just a moment. Oh, eagle lover, no. Unless we see it, which most likely would mean that you would see it too, we would always update you. I couldn't possibly tell you how Masangita got that injured paw. It does look like a bite. We zoomed in and you can see, I think something's bit the paw and completely broken it. But I don't know what. I would maybe guess another hyena. That would be my best guess, but no, we don't actually know, eagle lover. And it's sad, it's a pretty bad injury, but remember, hyenas are remarkably resilient. And there is a hyena in the Timbavati who got attacked by lions and is completely paralyzed from waist down. Cannot move those back legs, and yet dominant, I believe, possibly the matriarch, I think, and living life. I mean, hyenas are naturally powered towards their front legs. That's where all their power is. Their back legs are generally weaker. So this hyena's just adapted to sort of using the front legs. It's amazing. So although many of us are worried about Masangita because she's younger, I think it's important to also realize that hyenas are resilient. And she has a high chance of being okay. Corks is in a deep sleep here. I mean, Corks got attacked by a male lion, one of the Avokas, Darkmane, who's sadly no longer with us. Corky got attacked. He bit her spine too. And she's 14 years old and snoozing away right next to us. So hyenas are remarkable at recovering, when of course they can. And one day we're going to arrive here and we're going to be able to see that all the clan are here and all interacting, and it'll be chaos. But I'm not sure if you've heard already, everyone. But on Thursday, which is the 27th, Cedric and I are going head to head to compete in different survival challenges. Yes, that's all I'm going to say for now. It's going to be very interesting and I think highly entertaining. So please get your popcorn ready. You are welcome to just laugh your socks off at us. It will be for the first hour of Sunset Drive on Thursday. So join in for Lauren versus Cedric at different survival challenges. I'm a little bit nervous, but it's all good. It's all good. I've got a plan.
Do you sometimes imagine what WildEarth would be like without adverts? A chance to properly immerse yourself in nature without any interruptions. Sign up to be an explorer for a small monthly fee and you can truly escape into the wilderness. Ad-free viewing is now available on our app as well as on our website. WildEarth, it's in your nature.
professional field guide in the African bush? Eco Training's Professional Field Guide course can make that dream a reality. This comprehensive program comprises approximately 5 months of theoretical and practical training in the African bush, with highly qualified instructors where participants will complete various certificate courses. You'll learn essential skills such as animal behavior, tracking and identification, as well as gaining in-depth knowledge of the African bush and its ecosystems, all while living in a real-life safari camp. But the learning doesn't stop there. Following the theoretical and practical training, students will embark on a placement program period of 5 to 6 months. During this time, you'll work alongside professional staff and management at a property, putting your newly acquired skills into practice and gaining substantial practical experience. You'll be fully prepared for a fulfilling and rewarding career as a professional field guide. Enroll today, locally or internationally. Take the first step towards your dream bushveld job today.
And we're still sitting here at the Kolobeng Dam, and I must say that the adrenaline levels are still way up in the high zone from this morning with the female cheetah with her cubs. And I just love that about nature. You know, when you go out there into the bush and you drive the roads and you're hoping to find something and you gather as much information as you can. And of course, you don't get sightings like that every single day of animals. But when you do, it doesn't matter how long you've been in the bush. Really, this feeling you get, it never stops. It always comes back again at some point. Now, while we've been here at Madikwe, I've had this feeling 3 times now. 4 times. The one that really got my adrenaline boosted was at Karakal. Then the other one was, one of the guys was very fortunate. They saw a leopard and it was walking on a road and we were not too far. And we went to that area and we heard the ranger saying that the animal was walking in a certain direction, which essentially the leopard is walking towards us. So we were driving on this road, keeping our head on a real swivel. Our heads were like going all over the show, looking everywhere. And then in the distance, we saw something. It turned out to be a zebra, but it took on the shape of a leopard. And I said to him, "Paul, here we go. Here, Paul." And the first thing he says is, here we go, like it's starting now. This is going to be intense. And it turned out to be a zebra, and my adrenaline was just flowing there. That leopard. Then with the wild dog sighting as well, wow, that feeling lasted until the afternoon. And then now, this morning, with the female cheetah with cubs. And what I love the most, and it really is the cherry on the top of it all, is that all of you were involved with me and Mpho. You were here with us. You were sharing that feeling with us. It's very, very special times for us. Beautiful. All these ring-necked doves. There are so many of them. And they're quick. They have a quick drink and then they fly off. And then another one is replaced because there's Lanner falcons that hunt here. We've seen a pair of Lanner falcons here before, and definitely we know that they really do love catching doves and pigeons. Is that Jonathan, if I got the name right? Mpho, is that correct?
Yeah, I think it's Jonathan.
Oh, leopard, yes. Anytime that a leopard does pop up, we will most definitely change whatever plans we have got. We will turn this vehicle 180 degrees if we have to, and we will definitely try. Yeah, it's one of my biggest dreams out here is to show you all a leopard. I've been fortunate enough. I have seen leopard here in that time in 2009 or 2010, somewhere around there. It was a long time ago. But you know, it's always special to see leopard in the different regions. So when I went to Djuma for my interview drive and I got to see Shudulu, that was very special. And then I went to Pridelands with Morris. Like, you know, we spent our days tracking leopards every single day for about 3.5 years together as a team. And then I got to be with him again, and then we found the pixie pan female. I'm still yet to see leopard on Amakala. I was lucky, I saw leopard in the Kalahari, which not many people can say they can have seen. At Swalu, at the time when I was working there, leopard were really not seen at all. And before you can take guests out at Swalu, well, in my time when I was there, you needed to do a 6 weeks induction process or program. And this is where you shadow all the different departments so you can understand all the different departments. So that when you eventually take guests, if they ask you a question, whether it's got to do with the restaurant or if it's got to do with the room, you can answer those questions because you've been there, you've seen how it's done. And then they let you take guests out. And I promise you, I'm crossing my fingers here, this really happened. My first set of guests that I took out there at Swalu, it wasn't our first game drive, we had organized a night drive because they were there for 4 nights. So we did the normal, sunrise, sunset safaris, and then we saw a lot of cool things. And then I offered to them, I said, hey, why don't we skip the afternoon game drive and then go out at about 5:30 in the afternoon and then go throughout the night as well, until about 10 at night. They were keen. Let's do it. It's a different thing to do. So, yeah, I did the morning drive, and then we had a nice big rest during the day. I met up with them at the lodge around 5 o'clock, got into the vehicle, and we did the sunset drive, if you will, end of sunset, into the night. And we were driving on one of the roads, and I was with a tracker, Jonas, I hope he's still there, I'm sure he is still there. I was with him at the time, and we were using the spotlights, and I saw eyes in the distance, and I said to him, that's that leopard, I think it's leopard. He couldn't believe it because he had never seen leopard. He had been working there at that stage for 10 years, never seen leopard. So he looked, and it's definitely a cat. So he said to me, are you sure it's not cheetah? So I said to him, that is definitely not cheetah. I said, look with binoculars. So I scrambled in the box, dug up my binoculars, gave them to him. And when he looked with the binoculars, and I was watching him, and when he pulled the binoculars down and he looked at me, the look on his face, it was priceless. He's seen a leopard for the very first time in his entire life. That was amazing. Yeah, and we came back to the lodge and celebrated full on. The lodge was very happy with us. The conservation team got a hold of us. And since then, they are seeing leopard now, I believe. Yeah, I believe the leopard activities increased a bit there at Swalu, which is lovely. All right, so, sorry, did you get that link over there? Okay, sorry about that. We're going to send you over to Tess in the meantime, see what she's busy with. We're going to continue south now.
As it turns out, not the only ones appreciating the view over them. There is a whole troop of baboons, and that is the big male. And he is sitting on the best viewpoint of Amakala. We can't get down there because we would just fall. We're useless at that kind of rock climbing. But he's sitting at the viewpoint next to where we were, called God's Window. And he is just soaking it in. You'll see a whole bunch of movement around him. The rest of the troop is moving, and he's chosen that spot as his lookout point. He's literally on the rock face, on the edge of the cliff that drops down straight to the riverline. And he's looking very casual about the fact that's where he's sitting. But isn't that just such a cool view of a big male chacma baboon? They have been barking a bit, there have been alarm calling, we've been searching for a leopard, but we haven't spotted one. I think he's just feeling a bit energetic. Just letting everybody know, hey, we survived the night, we're here, we're watching. Don't get any ideas. All that's missing is he probably needs a cup of coffee. And from where he's sitting, he can probably see over the entire expanse of the basin. He's sitting at one of the best possible points that you could sit at. And we're looking at him kind of from the side, so we're not facing the basin anymore, but he definitely is. Now, Chacma baboons are known for having really incredible eyesight. So from where he is on that vantage point, any predator that moves on the rock face close to him or down in the basin, in the river line, he's going to spot them. Oh, at the top right I see movement. There are 2 warthogs disappearing.
That's a bit far.
It is a bit far, but I'm sure somebody noticed the movement somewhere. So his job, protect the troop. Dennis, so he would alarm call for anything that he sees as a potential threat. So that would be Cape leopards, probably caracals as well, and then also things like the pride of lions and the cheetahs. Anything other than that isn't really a threat to baboons. So he would only really alarm call for predators that would be a threat. So anything big enough, oh, that looks like a precarious way to go down a rock face. Anything that would be a potential threat to especially the youngsters in the group, he will alarm call. Literally, that's a sheer drop from those rocks. Where are you going? Oh, that makes me nervous. I'm glad he's comfortable climbing like that. I would not be, ever. Although I suppose we have been down to the cave, and that's just around the corner from this rock face that you're seeing now. Amazing how quickly he disappears, though. I can see there are a few others that might come down to the rock face. They're actually sitting pretty much at the viewpoint. There they are. That's God's window. That's where we normally park the car. The baboons are definitely having a good time running around at the top there. So that's definitely a younger baboon and a much smaller one than the big one that was sitting on the rock face. They disappear quite quickly. They are incredible creatures, though, so intelligent. Andrew, the video guy, it is probably one of the best things about Amakhala. The views are spectacular. No matter what you're looking at, it's always good. You can't have a bad view in Amakhala. It's not possible. Hey? It's going down. Oh. Oh, that's such a tiny rock face to be sitting on. Imagine the confidence in these baboons' minds to sit on the edge of a rock face with like a multiple story drop. How high do you think the rock face is? I mean, from the top of the mountain down to the basin is well over 100 meters, surely. Yeah. It's a high cliff face. They are so confident right now. I would not be able to do that. Ah, goodness. But if you have any questions for me, please let me know. Any funny baboon stories you'd like to share, please let me know those, because there are so many. There are so many. Baboons are just horribly intelligent. And I say that in the best possible way. They are so smart. They're great at problem solving. They're incredibly social, but they often lead to quite entertaining situations playing out, because they've obviously learned that they can intimidate humans quite easily. One of the best things about Amakhala as well is the monkeys as well as the baboons. What did you spot? Oh, they're coming closer. The monkeys as well as the baboons are actually, they don't really interact with humans here at all. And that is pretty unusual, because in most cases, baboons and monkeys have learned that humans are easy targets. Here it doesn't seem to happen, so we get these amazing views of them carrying out their natural behaviors, and they're not even worried about us. Unreal.
Those sounds just go straight through you.
had to leave the hyena den, I'm afraid. But I've come to try and look for that leopard. They saw a leopard walk past the gate. Aubrey called me. And obviously we can hear the monkey's alarm calling. But I'm now very much behind. So I'm thinking where to go. I can't see any tracks. I think they walked right along the fence line of camp. Right along the gate. That's how Aubrey saw it. I don't know if it's a male or a female. But Cedric's stuck at camp. Rusty's having an absolute meltdown this morning. Is it Monday morning? No, it's Tuesday. Tuesday morning meltdown. So unfortunately, I don't know if we'll see Cedric for the rest of the drive. So I am going to come in and just try and see if we can see this leopard. We knew it was going to break today, and it broke. It broke. Fantastic rhino sighting, hyena den active. What more does one want? Yes, they want a leopard. That's right. Okay. It's going to be a bit tricky because we're so far behind it now, but we will really do our best. If any of you are watching the dam cam or listening to the dam cam, eyes, ears open. But Aubrey did call me quite a while ago now. I was obviously on Little Gowrie. But hopefully Rusty will have finished her meltdown by this afternoon. These cars like to have their moments. So I'm just looking around the areas that I think our leopards go. Wonder where the monkey alarm calls were coming from. Hannah, me too. Who is it? If it's Mowati, we might be in trouble. If it's Miss Kalamba or Maribs, we're good. My brain is just thinking of all the routes that we know the leopards take. There's impala over there, very relaxed, so there's no leopard here. Could have easily gone into our camp. They love it in there. It takes you right into the Gallego drainage. So it's an easy shortcut for them. But they did see it walk past camp. Aubrey did see it. Aubrey is one of the guides for Juma when it was a lodge, and he's still operating as a guide, and he's such a fantastic human. I'd love you all to meet Aubrey. I don't know if you have, but he's a little bit shy. He's very humble. And that's why we have our road named Aubrey's. I just feel if the leopard walked this way, the dam cam would have picked it up. Dean, we generally do that, but as a reference point, I would suggest you start doing your research online. So there's fantastic Facebook pages, the Hyenas of Juma and Surrounds, I think it's called, and it gives you all the ID markers there. So once you start to look at them and really pick them out, it becomes much easier with your eye. Practice makes perfect. I still get it wrong. I've been gone too long. But I think once you look at them, especially the hyenas, you really will start to see it, but you need to see them regularly in order to be able to do that. And the leopards, we do say the sort of spots on the whiskers, we do give the numbers, but I personally never use that. I don't know, I don't find it helpful for me visually. It may be helpful for others. I just think the leopards all look so unique. And once you know them, you know them. I'd been gone for 1.5 years, and when I first saw Kalamba, I was like, Kalamba? Davi said, how do you do that? I'm saying, how do you not know that? It just looks like her. But I guess everyone's eyes are just different. You pick up on different things. Right, I'm on the dam wall. But I'm naturally not going to stop. We have a leopard to find. We've been lucky with one set of spots today. Can we get another? Ooh, we're running out of time. Feeling the pressure. Okay, we'll do one big loop around here and then, I don't know. Sean, thank you, I hope so. It's been some time. I really hope so. It's not all about the predators, it's not at all, and I always try to focus on other things, but naturally it's winter, so the species diversity and abundance has dropped quite dramatically. And of course we want to keep up with the animals that we do know. I'll spend every day at the hyena den if I can, and we're very, very lucky to visit there right now. It's a real privilege, and I'm very thankful to my amazing friend Polly for that. Just means we can keep up with the clan a little bit instead of losing touch completely. So this is a drainage system here. This is often where the monkeys are, which is making me think it's a good place to check. The monkeys are either in our kitchen or trying to get into our kitchen, or they're in this drainage line. It's food delivery day tomorrow, so I know exactly where the monkeys will be. My friends. Okay, this is where I'm going to slow it down. This is a really popular route for all our leopards. My goodness, Klalamba loves it here. It's where we always used to find Tingana. So let's just see. If we've got a mobile cat, we might actually spot it. The thing with the monkeys are lovely animals, but their vision is so remarkable, same with baboons, that it's actually really tricky to sometimes see what they're alarm calling at, especially Midzikwe. Every morning, I heard Andrew say the other day, oh, the baboons are alarming. They alarm every morning. I don't know if they see a predator every morning or what, but they can see very far. And sometimes when you actually spot what they're alarm calling at, you will be shocked. How did they see that? Highly visual beings that can see very, very far. I'm going to go this way, continue along the drainage. It's a terribly bumpy road, but we shall hold on.
Do you love relaxing at a waterhole with the sights and sounds of Africa all around you? Well, we have some really exciting news for you. From August 1st, Africam is joining forces with WildEarth to bring the majesty of Africa right into your living room with 9 incredible new waterhole cameras from across South Africa and Kenya. Get ready to embark on a new journey. This is Live at the Waterhole.
And if these zebras keep walking, yeah, they'll eventually reach Chikudu Dam. It's not far for them at all to walk that distance. But yeah, from this area, this is going to be the closest dam for them, is probably Chikudu Dam. It's also nice to watch zebras drink, you know, just to see these stripes coming down to drink, and then you get the reflections in the water of zebra. Very nice. Lily pad? Is that a nursery? Oh, thanks, Gwen. I thought that was a nursery rhyme, so it comes from TikTok or something like that. I don't know these things. But Gwen is also very clued up on the TikTok side of things, because I can't remember what we saw the other day, and then she was singing a song, and I even said to her, is it a nursery rhyme or something? Like, teach it to me. She's like, no, it's just TikTok. There they go, really. One is very far ahead and the stallion very far behind. So now already the plain zebra that we've been watching very distance, so it gives you an idea that, you know, when they're moving with intent, they really can move quickly, and they over time get onto these little paths or roads, and it does help them very much to navigate and save energy. And it's an easier area as well, because they also need to take in consideration that there are predators and things like that, and they always need an escape option. So a road is actually a good place to be on if you're going to move, because you can run very quickly down the road, or whatever the case may be. But even from now, that far one in the far head there, it's starting to look brown. It doesn't look striped at all. But now when I look at this, it's sort of half showing us his body there. Very much black and white, but starting to look a little bit brown. So it's interesting that from a far distance away, and this happened with myself and Mpo, when we were driving along the road, we saw the zebras, but we didn't know that they were zebras because they were brown. Eventually, just their mass and their shape gave it away. Okay, that's zebra. But from a far distance, they're brown animals. And that's all got to do with the shadow stripes, which are between the black stripes, so in between where the white stripes are, there's a bit of dark coloring, sometimes browny, shadowy stripe efforts. And then also they do a lot of dust bathing, and this makes those stripes go brown a bit. And from a far distance, the camouflage, it really is. They're brown. They don't stand out as a black and white animal. Nice little spot just to, have a rest and sun themselves. Logan, you're 10 years old. Okay, so to be specific on that, Amakhala has got two species of zebra out there. They've got the Cape Mountain zebra, and then they have the plain zebra. So this one that you're looking at is also a plain zebra. So they're very, very, very similar. I mean, they're going to be almost identical as the plain zebra that you're going to have at Amakhala. But now the Cape Mountain zebra are very, very different. And maybe not at first, you might not see those differences, but when you spend time with them, there are so many differences. The first thing is, if you have a look at this beautiful stallion that we're looking at now, you can see the stripes go all the way under the belly. So they eventually reticulate, and that's just a special word for saying that they connect at the belly. With the Cape Mountain zebra that you'll see at Amakhala from time to time, the stripes are very much bar-like, so very parallel to each other, or right next to each other. Then the stripes stop halfway, and so the Cape Mountain zebra has got the white belly, not a striped belly. So that's a nice way of knowing the difference. Size, again, plain zebra are big, well-built animals, whereas the Cape Mountain zebra, they're a little bit smaller. The Cape Mountain zebras also have this dewlap in the front of the chest. It's a little flap, extra piece of skin that almost hangs in the front of the chest. If you look at the stallion now, he's looking at us and listening, seeing if I'm telling the truth here. But if you look at the plain zebra, you'll see that the ears are very oval. Not with the Cape Mountain zebra. Cape Mountain zebra, the ears are white, round. Yeah, I've been fairly lucky. I've seen so much plain zebra in my career. I also have seen the Hartman Mountain zebra and the Kalahari, and then Cape Mountain zebra as well, so I'm very lucky. Tess is also lucky. She's seen some primates now. She wants to show you some monkeys at Amakhala.
Thank you, Andrew. I hope that you're enjoying Madikwe. We've got some monkeys. It seems like we are extending the primates theme across the board. So we had chacma baboons earlier, and now we have vervet monkeys. And this is again the big male sitting on the edge, looking out and keeping his family safe. The rest of the troop is bouncing around in the trees, and there is a female behind him that's been grooming him. There she climbs up the branches to disappear. Oh, tail up. That's exciting. I think she's trying to balance. But it's so cool to see how this is a common trend across the board. Somebody is always the sentinel, someone's always the lookout. And in primates, the big male usually takes that role. Oh, there's a little baby bouncing down to him. That's cute. Hello, Dad. Being groomed by another one behind there. Oh, itchy, itchy, itchy. So, random fact for the day, if you ever see a big vervet monkey like this, a big male, you'll notice he sits with his legs very wide open. Now, colours form a very vital part of any primate's life, but for vervet monkeys in particular, the big males like to advertise that they are the dominant ones by sitting with their legs open, because I'm sure you can see there's a very colourful patch in between his legs. So it's a very random topic of conversation. If you didn't know it, vervet monkeys develop a bright blue scrotum, with their testosterone levels rising as they reach puberty. Dominant males have the brightest blue, and so to advertise that, they sit with their legs open. So essentially, he doesn't need to show his troop that at the moment, but he wants to sit with that facing outwards so that anyone coming in from another troop can see, hey, this is the man, this is the big boy of the group, and he is not to be messed with. Oh, Is he coughing? What is he doing? He got the hiccups, maybe? Trying to vomit? I don't know what he's doing. Ash, baboons are considered to be apes, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, wait, actually. Oh, now you've confused me. No, I would think a baboon would be more ape. What do you think, Morgan?
This is all you.
Hey?
No.
This is all me.
Yep.
Morgan is choosing to respectfully decline to answer. That's not fair. I can't do that. I'm trying to think. Let me actually have a look in the book, because now you've hit me on a completely blank slate. I think my brain is frozen along with the weather. Let's have a look. It's considered an ape because the family name is Cercopithecus. I can't say it. Morgan, there's too many C's. Cercopithecidae. Cercopithecidae. So that would be the same. Well, actually, but that would be the same as monkeys. Oh, no. No, you got me. Oh, no. Okay, anyone with answers, let me know. So even Gwen, the director, in my ear this morning saying, Google's confusing me. I'm trying to look it up too, and it's confusing me. This is hilarious. It's such a simple question. Okay, so you see, this is how we learn every single day, because this should be something that all of us should know, and for some reason all of us are confused. Sandy, you're saying baboons are monkeys. Okay, thank you. That would make sense, because I'm thinking of the ape family. The ape family is the chimpanzees, the gorillas, the orangutans. Very much larger and quite a different structure. So it would make sense that baboons would then be considered to be a type of monkey. So I suppose more closely related to a vervet monkey than a chimpanzee. Oh, that is so interesting, though. That's a really, really funny development for the morning. There you go. If you wondered what effect frostbite has on the brain, now you know. Now you know. Okay, so Gwen is also saying the difference there being they have tails where apes don't. That would make sense, because apes are more closely related to us. We share about 98% of our DNA with something like a chimpanzee. Don't know if you knew that. Quite fascinating. We'll share a little bit less DNA with a monkey and a baboon. But now I want to say a baboon is just a giant, really dark monkey with a longer dog-like face. Interesting. But that would make sense. Definitely something I should know, but apparently frostbite of the brain is a thing. That is hilarious. That is such a simple question, and we're totally stumped. Everyone's going, nope, don't know. Thank you, Sandy, and thanks everybody else. What an interesting turn of events for the morning. Marina, I've actually never seen that monkey. Skippy, is that what you call him? Okay. No. Okay, so I've never actually seen Skippy, apparently. But I've seen footage of Skippy. Where does Skippy normally hang out, Morgan? Around Hlossie, okay. So I haven't seen that troop of monkeys yet, I don't think. Around the central part. We're more on the western part of Amakala now. So if we had stayed closer to the basin where the baboons were, a little bit south of us, so behind us, because monkeys are very adaptable.
Not everyone gets excited to hear a leopard chuff, spot a pangolin, or see a real impala rut. But if you are wild about the wild, you can become part of a community of like-minded nature lovers and share authentic wildlife experiences with the world. Join the Explorers Club and you will also enjoy the many benefits that come with it too. WildEarth Explorers, it's in your nature.
Just checking these impala. Yeah, I don't think these impala are terribly happy. Why would they not be happy? Sorry, I'm just trying to listen at the same time as Luke. We've done the full circle. These impala look relaxed. Yeah, I think safe to say the leopards in the lodge. There we go, there are our very relaxed impala. You've got to be able to read the signs. And to me, these impala look relaxed. They don't look like they've seen or recently seen a leopard. But all in all, it's a good thing that a leopard is around. It's been a good few days. Oh, Nyala, my apologies. I didn't even see you there, and sorry, I'm classifying you as an impala. How rude. Beverly, we always need a hyena, don't we? And yes, that hyena would know exactly where the leopard is. I just came here too late. I was very far away, but Aubrey did tell me, Lauren, I've just bugot an ingwe. Which means I've just seen a leopard. And it was at the gate to camp. So, we're just a bit behind. That's okay, I'll keep working the area. If they are in the camp, they're going to pop out at some point. I love that we have one Inyala in amongst all these impala here. It's a bit random. The females normally stick with other females. And it's the males that may loosely hang around with impala. But here it's just one random female. Okay, I'm gonna keep moving to just do one last loop. Maybe it's too much to ask for all in one morning. Shreya, you just watched a segment where we had the hyenas. I'm guessing you mean Corky and Koa. Such a treat. Such a treat for me. Hello, Impalas. Anything to tell me? Nope. Okay. And such a treat. We did have Swazi and I'm pretty sure Orion as well. But sadly, we didn't manage to get them live. But it's good to know Swaz is hanging around that Dane. So this is our camp, just over there. That's where we live. And it's a very wild camp. It's probably one of the wildest I've ever stayed in, next to the Masai Mara. I remember one morning in the Masai Mara, we had tents, but not sort of camping tents, proper glamping luxury canvas tents. And one morning, just something landed on me in my bed. And it took me a while to pull myself out of the dream and realize what is going on. I would love to be in that camp. And obviously tents have wires, rope. The zebras are forever tripping over the rope of the tent and falling into the tent. So you just wake up and you've got a zebra on top of you through the canvas. It's not a good way to wake up, just in case any of you are curious. But the Juma camp where we live is also very wild. Okay, we're back to Gowrie Dam. A leopard is somewhere in this area, and I think now we just need to slow our pace down and see what we can find around the dam. Nathan, if only we could. What to be able to communicate and understand all the animals. Dr. Dolittle style. Oh. A better world. Then I think humanity would change. Then I think we could fix everything. If we could really talk to these animals, really understand them, all of them, individually and collectively, the world would be a better place, I think. Well, hello, kudu. I mean, we've seen them all this morning. Impala, Inyala, kudu. It's the ears for me. Yes, there is a leopard round apparently. Okay, jam ball it is. That's why it's very often good to have two vehicles working. If a leopard has been spotted, if Cedric was out, the two of us can loop round and work different areas. But unfortunately, as I mentioned, Rusty is having a meltdown. Oh nice, all the kudu are walking on the damn wall. I'm not going to drive up there and scare them. We'll let them have the damn wall. Claire! The good story of what happens in camp to my stuff. I have been robbed blind by the monkeys, and I'm not joking. I don't even want to tell you the items that the monkeys have stolen from me. It is a lot over the years. Yes, I have an ongoing war with the monkeys, and the Juma clan spent a lot of time in our camp. I think when Pretty died in the belly in Swaz, really she died in the Gallagher drainage. And in the belly and Swaz were without their mother. And the Juma clan were also really denning on Juma. I think their territory shifted a little bit, but they were very much on Juma all the time. And even the matriarchal takeover happened in our camp. And when I say in our camp, I'm talking about 10 meters from my bedroom door. Remarkable. But yes, when Swaz and Ndebele were young and they were sort of lost their mother and they were still, I feel they were a bit lost, they just took to living in our camp. I developed a very special bond with Swazi, who I thought was a boy at the time. But anyway, yes, I lost a brand new pair of sneakers, yoga mat, 2 caps, my very precious Kenyan beaded belt, which I still want to cry about that. When I was up in Kenya, the local ladies made it for me, and it's beautiful. You know, those beaded, colourful belts. Yep, Swaz got that. And many other items. So, yes, been robbed out here, I tell you.
Did you know that the WildEarth team makes weekly behind the safari content? Would you like to get to know the WildEarth family better? See how we live.
This is Igor's bedroom.
Learn about our production process. And see the antics that happen off camera. Sign up to be an explorer and you will get access to all this content and more.
Yeah, just sitting here and we can actually see some guinea fowls just cross the road. Earlier on we had 3 warthogs. Now most of you will know that it's very difficult to get warthog on air out here. It seems that they are very nervous and they do run. And we do manage every now and then. And we were hoping this morning we were going to get that. But yeah, as soon as we stopped the vehicle, they scuttled off and not to be seen again. So we thought we'd just show you this environment over here. You can see those 2 very big trees just on the side of the road, the beautiful leadwood trees. I just love them. I think they really are brilliant trees. And they really do grow quite well out here. Maybe not so much in the northern parts, but as you go further down towards the south and the rivers and things like that and the drainage lines, these leadwoods suddenly become extremely pronounced. And then as we go further south, we start going into the Tambuti. It's beautiful out there with the reddish, rusty, color of the leaves, especially in the early morning when you're driving through and the light is coming through nicely. Just those colors are very warm. Oh, this wind has picked up quite a bit now. Wow, it's going to be interesting to see what effect it's going to have on the wildlife. This morning was an absolute cracker of a safari. No doubt, we saw the female cheetah with cubs extremely nicely. We got to see her well, and it's definitely made a mark on us for the day. But when it suddenly changes weather like this, we can expect animals to hide. It's normal. If you are out there and you're nice and warm and then suddenly it starts getting cold, what are you going to do? You're going to head back for the burrows, you're going to head back for the thickets wherever you live, and much like the wildlife. So we'll see what happens this afternoon. As far as I'm aware, they did manage to find some lions about 10 minutes ago, not too far from where we are now. So luckily this afternoon we can go there and see if they're still around, and if not, then we can always just see where the footprints go, and we can catch up with one of the mahiwas this afternoon. Catherine, let me ask him. Mpo, did you get that?
What have I enjoyed most?
Yes.
About Madiku.
Yes.
I enjoyed seeing the cheetahs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He enjoyed seeing the cheetahs, and while Mpo has been here, he's seen some wildlife that he's never seen before as well. Ground squirrel, I know it's one of the smaller animals of the bush, but it left an impact on him. And yesterday he also mentioned that it was his first time ever filming squirrel. So yeah, just like for us as naturalists, we all want to show you something. Like for example, one of my biggest dreams out here is to show you leopard at Madikwe. So same with the camops. They like to do stuff on certain things, and to get new things it just adds to the experience. He's also seen brown hyena 5 or 6 times while he's been out here. Yeah, this wind is crazy, and the clouds are just traveling so quickly that the clouds are moving south, more or less. I've noticed that happens a lot out here. The clouds come from the north and they start moving south. So maybe there's something just to write down. Okay, so Lauren has managed to find some impala out there in Juma, so we're going to send you over there.
We've slowed it right down. Just decided to come to quarantine and just take it easy. And the sightings we have had in this open area, it is called quarantine. It's a terrible name. I feel like we need to rename it. But that's not really my call. Ah, we do have a male in Yala. There you are. Okay, just at about 1 o'clock. Ah, that makes a little bit more sense. But what a wonderful drive all round. We were too late for the leopard, I'm afraid, who I'm convinced has gone into the camp. And at least we got big male rhino to start with. And hyenas and Juma. I did check and it was Orion. I thought so, but I just double checked because I'm a little bit out of touch, and it was definitely Swaz and Orion that were at the den. I've just got a little over 2 weeks at Juma, and I am really hoping I can keep up with the clan. It always sounds like I'm keeping up with the Kardashians, but the Juma clan are way better. And just try and maybe get some more interactions. I do chat with Michael Fleetwood regularly, and he did send me a sort of map of just where he had various sightings of different hyenas during his time here. And just looking at the map, it is what I thought. They are definitely moving in the south a lot more. And of course we see them on the dam cam, and they do move here. I mean, we had Mufambi right on Buffalo Cut Line the other day, which is really far north. But I think generally the clan are spending a lot more time on Little Gowrie. Little Gowrie and surrounds. Vince, I think that was? Yes, they absolutely do. Impala, Steenbok, Duiker, maybe even bigger animals. In the Masai Mara, they are known to hunt much bigger animals like zebra and wildebeest. They absolutely hunt. They're remarkable at it, and it sometimes takes you by surprise when you see them really hunting. They hunt by just creating chaos, just like wild dogs. They're not going to ambush or stalk. They're not really that kind of species. It's delicate on their feet, shall we say, and have the ability to really sneak up. They just run. And that's why it's more successful when they do it cooperatively, just like dogs. So when they do it as a clan, or multiple members of the clan, they're more successful. But in the Masai Mara, they mostly hunt. Here, I think they've just coexisted and co-evolved with the leopards, and they know that it's a win-win situation to steal from a leopard. But yes, they do hunt, and that's one of the remarkable things about the dam cam. It's actually been seen on the dam cam. They do tend to hunt a lot more at night, so we generally tend to miss it. But there is no way that the Juma clan could survive solely through scavenging from leopards. Yes, occasionally they get lucky with a buffalo kill from the lions, but no way. They most definitely hunt. And we often see them with big bellies like June the balloon yesterday. And where's that come from? Did she get lucky? Did she steal a kill? Or did she hunt? So it's quite remarkable to see, and if you do Google hyenas hunting in the Masai Mara, you'll really be able to see it. It's sort of open grasslands up there, open plains, so it's a lot easier to see and capture than it is here. The impala look a little bit alert, but I think they're all just spooking each other out, to be honest. There are different herds. I don't think they're alarmed about any predator, but it leaves great promise for this afternoon. Catherine, me too. Any day. I would choose a hyena over the Kardashians. Someone told me I looked like Kylie Jenner the other day and I don't quite know how to take it. But anyway, any day I would choose the Juma clan over the Kardashians. I don't even know what they do. And it annoys me that they obviously have all this fame and money and they don't utilize it for conservation or education or important matters. Spread the word about what is happening to our natural world. Kim, if you are listening, please do your part. I don't think that she is watching, but you never know.
Now, as the weather is changing very dramatically, we're seeing a lot of animals starting to shift. Not so much the giraffe, but definitely the wildebeest and impalas. The impalas are not here anymore, they've run off. But yeah, seems like some of the wildlife are seeking refuge in the, I'm not going to call them thickets, just the slightly thicker areas, not quite a thicket. The giraffe taking the last few moments just to do some what looks like osteophagia. It's definitely got a bone in the mouth there. And we're going to watch this giraffe play with the bone as this group of wildebeest move through. And that's it. That's the last wildebeest, and off they go. Have a good day. So this is a female giraffe. And the more time you spend with giraffe, the more familiar you'll get with it. But we can see on top of her head, she's got thin ossicones or ossi horns with the black tufts coming out. And then also her height, she's not very tall. She's tall, but not as tall as the bull, so she's about 5 meters. So we've established now this is a female giraffe. What she's doing now is osteophagia, which is taking in calcium from bones, because if I'm not mistaken, she is pregnant at the moment as well. So she's going to need lots and lots of nutrients and minerals and things. So some of those minerals won't really be found in the leaves. They're going to need to find it elsewhere. So sometimes soil, they'll eat soil for mineral content called geophagia, and then osteophagia for calcium content. Randy, today was brilliant sightings all the way through. Yeah, from the moment we started our journey out here this morning in the Sunrise Safari to right now. It's been really cool. This has been a morning very well spent with all of you. And I must say, thank you for joining us. Yo, it's been an adventure out here. This afternoon, we look forward to starting up again. We'll just see what the weather does. And yeah, we'll make a nice mission. And we will hopefully find some cool things this afternoon. I would like to find some lions this afternoon. It's been a while since I've been able to show you Mahiwa males. It's been a few days, so it's about time we catch up to them. Whoa, that wind is pushing now. Giraffe seems to not really worry about the wind. Waikisha, thank you. That's a nice comment. And on behalf of myself, all the naturalists, cam ops, mission controllers, the techs, the directors, everybody. Yeah, we must thank you also. It's been an absolute journey. Yeah, she dropped it. She's picking it up now. And there she is. What a wonderful way to end it off, eh? Just to watch a giraffe, just minding her own business, doing a little bit of osteophagia here and there, watching the weather progress. And the tongue sticking out. Good one. Brilliant. Well, it has been fantastic yet again, folks. Thank you for joining us on the Sunrise Safari. Don't forget, you'll see us this afternoon with the Sunset Safari. Hopefully it doesn't rain. But yeah, until then, you must all have a fantastic day and stay wild. Yeah.